Hello everyone, Oz here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to Kotoko's first trial voice drama and reacting to the music video. Let's go! Kotoko is one of the two people that stick out to me after the blind react to the music videos. Kazui was the other one. After the voice drama reaction with Mikoto, she definitely stuck out to me now. She was like one of the, actually the only one that really went to another person's interrogation, which I don't know if that's main character energy, but that's definitely different from the other scenarios, right? I don't know if she already knew about Mikoto or what's been happening, or she knew better than what the music videos and voice dramas been kind of like letting us on. Obviously, you guys have more context when it comes to that, but for me, as someone who hasn't really seen like the future, like the second trial, the third trial, that definitely says a lot. She gives main character energy. She's a boss, yeah, but yeah, I mean, like that honestly escalated her status more in like my favorites. Like she's definitely up there. I don't know if I'm just like really oblivious, if she's actually like the villain, or like she's actually like one of the worst ones. I know someone from the like the old comments said that they only really dislike one person, and I don't really know. I think they didn't really want to spoil me, which is respectable. But yeah, Kotoko, I would say like Kotoko, and then Kazui is like my one and two. I wouldn't say like I don't really like dislike anyone. Maybe Amane, but she's just a kid, quote unquote, whatever. Everyone else is very like neutral, or at least like, I mean, like I like all of them in their own way, but obviously I need more context when it comes to like what's been happening with them. But yeah, I'm excited to finally react to her. She's number 10, so it's definitely the last one. After this one, I believe there's a couple more like videos. I might like watch them both back to back. Hopefully I can get to both of them before the New Year's. So at least we can start second trial on the New Year's. So yeah, here you go. All right, let's get started. The title of this voice drama from Kotoko is called Task. I don't know if that has something to do with what happened with Mikoto's voice drama and what happened there with Kotoko. So let's see what happens. Let's go.
ずいぶん遅かったね。待ちくたびれたわ。囚人番号10番コトコ。尋問を始める。どうしたの？仏頂面をして。その説はどう思う？お礼を言う顔じゃないわよ。
Okay, so this is happening right after that happened. Well, at least like like a little bit after. I'm not really sure. I think one thing I got confused about with the voice dramas is that I don't know if things are happening in sequence of, the interrogation and the release of the interrogation, like prisoner 1, 2, 3, 4, or I don't know if there's anything in between. I don't. Yeah, I feel like it's the former, which is like it is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but I feel like there is also a time in between it. But I don't know. I feel like it's not really said, but it's kind of just implied.
お前には山ほど聞きたいことがあるからな。ひとまず名前と年齢。ゆずりはことこ。20歳。大学生で自主休学中。
Yeah, I think like the initial introduction of the characters, I didn't really look into the profile too much. I feel like that's something that I should have done, like like waiting for the next post or something like that, kind of just reviewing that. I did do that at some point, but I didn't really go into like writing everyone's profiles and 20 years old and things like that. So she does look pretty young, but I feel like a lot of these characters look relatively young, except the obviously like older people. Whoops. Sorry, I misclicked something from my mouse. But yeah, I didn't really look back, but yeah, I think majority of the people in this prison are relatively younger looking. This is I feel like Kotoko, I feel like she would be like mid-20s, but I'm surprised she's just 20 years old, because there are certain characters that I thought is older than her, but she's younger.
あとはそうね。現段階でこれ以上は自分のことについて話す気はないわ。何？そちらの手の内がわからない間はね。一体どういうことだ？その前に最終確認。ミルグラム。ここにいる全員が人殺しというのは確かなの？ああ。ミルグラムはお前たち10人を人殺しだと言っている。
See, I feel like Kotoko is like the person that I feel like I like the best just because she's kind of thinking of what the viewers are thinking as well, you know, kind of like being an interrogator. But at the same time, I don't know if the general public likes that. Like, is she a popular character? Oh, don't answer that. I mean, like, you can answer it, but I feel like don't hint me to like what happens in the second, third trial because honestly, she could be a villain. Who knows, really, right?
イレグラムの前提ルールだ。揺るがない。それがどうかしたか。看守であるあなたもこれをさせている存在の意思をはっきりとは知らないのね。何が言いたい？ミルグラムが言っている。
Yeah, because I feel like this reminds me of kind of like a Zero Escape or Danganronpa or something. Like, you know, maybe like I feel like certain people would think that someone there is like a mastermind and then someone's just getting controlled or maybe you know they're being threatened. I'm not really sure. I think that's the dynamic that I see right now and Kotoko's being like a main character, you know, and I like that actually. I feel like I always root for the main character in like these type of things.
誠実で好ましいと思うよ。何様だ貴様。命の恩人様かな。そもそもお前、なぜあの時尋問室にいた？助けられたのは事実だが、勝手な行動を許した覚えはないぞ。そうかしら。ミルグラムはそういう風にデザインされているように見えるけど。デザイン？囚人の勝手な行動を許すように。看守さんがしているんでしょ？鍵だってかかっていなかったわよ。僕が？私が茅野命の行動を疑い、注意深く動向を追うような人間であることも許容したのはあなたでしょ？人間性の観察。許す許さないが。
Yeah, I think right now I'm having doubts with Kotoko. Like, is she a manipulator? Is she just like that in general? I don't know. Like, she does give main character. It reminds me of Kyoko from Danganronpa. You know, I don't really know. Well, she said she was a university student, but she dropped out, and that's all we know about her. But she's acting like a pretty good detective right now. Very witty. Oh god.
ぼーっとしないでくれる？尋問の途中でしょ？ああ。まあ、終わりなら終わりでいいわ。私からも話があるし。看守さん？いや、S。私と協力しない？私たちはいいパートナーになれるはずだよ。協力だと？あなたは看守の立場から尋問によって得た情報を。私は囚人の立場から普段の監獄生活で得た情報を。
I feel like S is going to feel what's the word for it? Like offended that she even pitches this in, or it would be entertained. I don't know. It's one or the other. 50-50 right now. Okay.
どうして？悪い話じゃないはずだけど。ほら。茅野命の件はそのお試しサービスだと思って。うるさい、黙れ。クーリングオフだ。僕は看守で、お前は囚人。以上だ。見た目通り頭が固いな。なんだと？桜井遥は行動に積極性が増している。幼稚で変質的だが、周囲とのコミュニケーションに興味を持ち始めたようだ。貸し切るのは表面上の変化は少ないが、相手に同調するコミュニケーションが減ったように思える。本来の貸し切るのが表出し始めているというべきか。おい、何の話だ？梶山風太は明確に変わった。他人への攻撃的な言動が減少傾向にあり、 自己正当化、防衛する言動が増えて。
Okay, so she's putting perspective in every prisoner, at least the first three. I don't know if she's gonna keep going, but it seems like, you know, had enough.
エストの尋問を終えた囚人の行動の傾向が徐々に変化していることに気づいてる？知らん。監獄の中から見える景色もある。私はあなた同様、囚人を監視しているから。お前がなぜそんなことをする必要がある？協力しましょう、S。私たちの利害は一致している。利害の一致だと？看守の僕と囚人のお前が？そう。ここに収監されてから私なりにミルグラムを観察し考察した。それが囚人のやることか。結果、私の中で出た仮説。ここは真の善悪を定義する場所。ちなみにここで言う真とは新しいという意味でもあり、誠という意味でもある。真の善悪？すでに世界には法律という罪の基準が存在するにもかかわらず、なぜ人殺しを集めて有罪無罪を改めて問う必要があるのか。囚人
I feel like the things that Kotoko is kind of bringing up kind of makes sense in a way, because, you know, as a viewer, I don't want to accept the fact that, oh, they just, you know, this kind of underground organization just kidnapped or, you know, took like 10 murderers, right? What's the point? Like, what's happening? Why them? Like, is there a connection between them? Kind of thing, you know what I mean? And I feel like she's asking the right questions. I feel like S is a puppet at the end of the day. Or maybe S is also a murderer and then became like a warden. I don't know. Obviously, we're not really going to find out the overarching story of this. But at the same time, you know, like, I feel like it's intentionally trying to bait us to just be attached to the characters, at least like the prisoners involved. But then I feel like it's trying to stray away from the overarching background of like, what is Milgram? Is Milgram good or bad? Because like initially, right, us as viewers, I feel like the music and everything would probably make us like, oh, you know, it's a singing show or it's a singing thing. But it doesn't really, it kind of strays us away from like, oh, but they're together, they're kidnapped, they're prisoners, right? Like, are they supposed to be bad just because they married someone? So I feel like, you know, like, what if we find out that they actually didn't intentionally murder someone in with bad intentions, you know? So, but then, like, why will Milgram even take them there? I don't know. It's like there is an overarching storyline, and I still don't know how that goes.
そのものの人間性を観察しているのか？人の心を覗き判断する必要があるのか？こんなことをしようとするのは、今の善悪の定義が不完全だと思っている人間の仕業としか思えない。確かに、ミルグラムは法律を基準として。
Yeah, she's not like manipulating because she is right. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people do not notice in the prison, you know? So she's very convincing for sure. Yep, that's why I like her. She's a detective like me. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, it's like one of those things where, you know, Milgram functions differently than a police station. So even if they kill, they're kind of like, I don't know, they're not really treated as, well, they are treated as a killer because, you know, they're in prison, but not to the point where I guess like the normal Japanese government usually functions with those types of like, you know, law breaking, I guess, acts, right?
Kotoko, 貴様は一体何を考えている？あなたと同じだと思いたいけどね。私は悪が許せない。悪が許せないだと？そう。私は悪を憎んでいる。罪なき者を傷つける暴力、略奪、殺人、悪行の全てを憎んでいる。
from her music video when I was reacting to it blind, she looks like a vigilante. Like obviously like a more justice siding kind of vigilante where she kind of acts without being in that role to do something about it. Obviously, you know, like it's still kind of bad in a certain degree. You know, she kind of like puts matters in her own hands, but like she's not kind of obligated to. She kind of just wants to do it.
この世には法で裁けない悪が多すぎる。
Yeah.
法の隙間はない。弱者を虐げておきながら、今ものうのうと暮らしている悪人がたくさんいる。
She's like
この世界
all
を変
about
えたいと思
justice
いな
type
がら
of character.
私
Which
一人の力では
personally for me, I actually do not mind that. I don't know if it gets a little too much in the future,
限界がある。
or she can be delusional, or her
あなたた
main
ちの
character
真意は
energy
知ら
becomes
な
too
いわ。
much, you know?
同じ思想を持つ同士というのも、もしかしたら私の妄想に過ぎないかもしれない。だとしても、善悪を再度多角的な観点であぶり出すミルグラムの性質自体に私は魅力を感じているのよ。どう？私のことを理解してもらえた？一ついいか？何？コトコ。お前は人殺しだ。お前もミルグラムの囚人だ。れっきとした人殺しだ。お前
Yeah, I feel like it's also another gray area, similar to like a Makoto. Obviously, it's two different kind of gray areas. I feel like her definition is to put matters in her own hands despite the result. She just wants the worst for the people who do something bad. And, you know, she goes above the law doing that. At least that's my interpretation. I don't really know what she does, but like based off of how she's speaking, it seems to me that that's how it
お
functions.
前自身が憎む悪だ。裁かれる立場だということを忘れるな。人殺し。ねえ。あなたもそのレベルの人間？がっかりさせないで。ま、どうでもいいけどさ。なんだと？確かに私は人を殺した。
Okay.
だからこそミルグラムの力を信じることができた。でも、それは虐げられていた弱者を守るため。相手は
Yeah, it's exactly what I thought. I mean, like based off how she's speaking and based off of the music video that I watched like a month or two ago, that's exactly what I thought her role is. That's exactly it, actually.
極悪人、弱者の盾となり牙となった結果、今の S のように非難する人間がいたとしても、私は自分の行いに後悔はない。
Yeah.
殺人。その行為自体に善悪が備わっているわけではないと。極端に言うとね、弱者を守るためなら致し方ない時もある。それに私が行ったのは、旧白生の侵害に対して自己または他人の権利を防衛するためやむを得ずした行為よ。意味がわかる？刑法36条1項正当防衛。よく勉強してるわね。事実、私はその件では司法においても
Okay.
正
So
当
it
防
was
衛と判断
self-defense.
されている。それは日本の司法の判断で。
And I'm like, well, that doesn't matter in Milgram.
ミ
Yeah.
ルグラムが許す許さないは関係がない。
I mean, if it makes sense, I feel like that.
それにする懐疑的なミルグラムのルールにのっとるし、支持する。でも私は
I mean, if that's the case, I kind of side with her.
S にもそれが伝わると思っているわ。まったく大した自信だ。
I feel like her sense of justice is so different from like a Futa, I guess. I don't know if it's just because I'm biased based off of just like what happened with Mikoto and like you know like the epilogue of that and the prologue of this one, where she's kind of I don't know. There's something about it because I believe it was Futo who had this kind of like sense of justice that I did not like. Obviously, at least like from my interpretation of like the video essay drama thing, right? Uh, I don't know. I think I'm a little biased just because I just like her as a character, and she kind of speaks very logically, which I like as well. Like I feel like in these type of situations or scenarios, like Zero Escape Danganronpa, Your Turn to Die, like I always like rooting for the most logical person. I feel like some people act without thinking, and I think that those are the type of characters I dislike the most. But she's very meticulous. Well, I don't know about that, but you know, like she's very careful. She's very considerate. She's very logical. She is a little too confident. I feel like that could be the downfall of her at some point. With the community, I'm not really sure her position in the community wise. Like I don't know if people like her or not, but she's very confident, not in a very like annoying way. I mean, it might be annoying for S, but personally for me, I don't think it's annoying. I don't know what you guys think about it.
見せてもらおう。お前の心。私の罪に触れて、許せないと思うなら許さなければいい。許すならば、その時は。なんだ、その手は。握手。
Oh.
私たちは仲間よ。僕と。
She is trying to sell that so hard though. I think for me, if I'm in S's shoes, I don't really know what I'll think about that, to be honest with you. I do feel like she has nothing to lose, but S has a lot of things to lose, you know? Like what does she have to lose? She's a prisoner, you know what I mean? お時間まあいいわ話したいことは話したし何が仲間だ僕はお前たち人殺 Yeah, I feel like their dynamic is so weird, but I'll take it. I mean, we have to have at least one character like that, you know? And she's it. She's her. あなたは自分のことを処刑人とでも思っているの法で裁かれない悪人がいると言ったでしょ逆もしかり不完全な法で裁かれようとしている善人もいるあなたはそれを許す立場でもあるわけでしょあなたは悪を裁く処刑人ではない許されるべき殺人者を救うのもあなたなのよさあ S 私の罪を聞くがいい囚人番号10番Kotokoお前の罪を歌え罪を聞くがいい殺人者を救うのThe one who extends a hand toward the murderers who deserve to be forgiven is also you. あなたなのよ。芸人ではない。I don't really know what happened to him. I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Anyways. My opinion with Kotoko, it has not really changed at all. I still like her as a character, and I'm honestly rooting for her. I don't know really what else. You know, I don't know if she becomes the villain or some kind of like, you know, annoying character at the end, but she has a very interesting story as of now. Like, I actually don't know anything beyond that, but at least like I'm like on her side. I think she's like my top favorite character as of the moment. And then Kazui is the second one. So. Oh, this is Kotoko's first trial song called Haro. I think this is the one that sounds like an anime opening. Yeah, it sounds like an anime opening. I like it. Oh. Yeah, I feel like her music video is a little bit easier to read. I mean, I don't know Japanese or anything like that, but at least the messaging and the visualization of it does point out a very specific direction, you know? So I kind of know that it's about like taking justice, you know, and like taking it on herself. And I feel like that's why she's sitting, because kind of like what'd you call that? Like, I guess it doesn't make sense to kind of take justice in your own hands when you result to more violence, right? I feel like that's why S is like really against her. Yeah, she's literally a Persona 5 character. Oh. Yeah, I don't really know what I think about that as well. I feel like as much as I kind of gas her up too much, I don't really know how I feel about people putting matters in their own hands, you know? Um, I that's why I like the Persona story, just because I feel like it's something I won't really do, or even like have the courage to do, even if it presents to me that I have that power. Just because, I mean, as messed up, well, maybe Persona is different, but then this one it's real life. Well, it's not really real life, but you know, like it's real life to them, right? I don't know if I kind of condone that. Let's say like I'm friends with her and she's telling me all this plan, I probably would not really side with her in that sense, you know what I mean? Just because I don't like violence or seeing violence either. As a, you know, like if the resolution or like the solution of fixing things is violence, I feel like I don't like that. Yeah, like look, like that in that sense, right? What would you do, right? Like what would you do? Like if you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I see a girl getting kidnapped, are you not gonna do anything? I mean, personally, I would have like called the cops or something like that. I wouldn't have gone in myself, you know. But it's weird. I mean, like I respect it. She's very brave, right? God dang. Okay, she's like stomping on him. Okay, dead person. Hammer. Okay. I mean, it seems very plain that she killed that person. I get it though. I don't know. I mean, I get it, but like if you have the power to save someone right then and there, would you kind of gamble? Would you gamble it? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, she did and she won, but I feel like I don't really want to kill someone personally. I don't know. I like her character and her story just because I feel like it's a complete 180 of things that I would do personally. Like, I want to see her growth. I want to see her succeed because she has good intentions. Is her way the best way to do it? Personally, I don't think so. That's why I feel like Kazui is like, like I would say like Kazui I prefer better, but everyone is saying that Kazui might not be the best either. I'm not really sure, but I just like their vibe. I'm like a vibe kind of guy, so I feel like Kotoko is a very good character. I just can't really place it just because I feel like a lot of her actions are the actions that I won't really condone. But yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Hopefully I can get one more video out before the New Year's. Let's see. I feel like I don't really have time, but at least like this one I can get out before the New Year's, and then I kind of failed my promise, but we'll probably finish out first trial sometime in the new year, and then a second trial. I'm sorry for the late uploads once again. I kind of realized I'm just not a very consistent poster and reactor, but everyone is saying to react on stream, but I can't. I don't know. It's just I feel like if they already don't know Milgram, or like people kind of come in and out, I feel like I'm gonna get spoiled. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you all then, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.